Hey you guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through my empties. Today is July 3rd and there are a lot of fireworks already. My neighborhood is big. They go big on fireworks. And so my dogs are in here because they get nervous. But I figured tonight would be better probably than tomorrow night, and I need to make some room. So that's where we're starting. I'll try and divide it by vendor if I can, but give me some grace if I can't because there's a lot in here. So it's been a pretty productive week. One thing that is not completely empty, but that I'm almost done with is fresh out of the oven. That's L3 fresh baked bread, sliced pears, brown sugar, and butter. The only reason I put that first is I am working really hard every month on doing a brick or a loaf. I really want to get through, my large quantities of wax. I think it's really important to kind of continue to work on those. Just always have them in have some large quantity in my melting basket. So my July melting basket actually is had that one, but I've been finishing my large quantities almost pretty early in the month. So like this one is actually for July and I'm almost finished with it. So I mean, I already actually picked what I'm going to be working on. And I'm calling this my August, but I may be able to finish, a good chunk of this baked apple pie Scentsy brick, in July. So we'll see. I like to, just keep working on a large quantity. So speaking of Scentsy, that's where we'll start. I finished an old and a new clamshell of white tea and cactus. I'm so happy this one came back because I'd been hoarding it. My last one. This is, I know it says white tea and cactus. I don't smell either of those notes. This is like white florals, a little bit of a green note, but mostly like a clean, fresh, floral green note. It is a super duper strong performer. You can smell this, taste this. It lasts for a very long time. Bring Back My Bar just ended, and so I don't think you can add this to your Scentsy Club, but for those who did, good job on you. If you bought it and haven't melted it, it's a really good one. And if you haven't, next time this comes out, if those notes sound good to you, you can throw a couple votes that way. I did Pina Colada Cha-Cha, and this is a pina colada. It is, like kind of milky pineapple. So I actually mixed this in alternating warmers with wild black cherry. So I melted this on its own, and it's very good on its own. It is a really good mixer. It kind of creams things up and gives it a little fruity note. But the truth is this got totally lost. I've never melted this until now. This came in back in the Bring Back My Bar. It already stained the clamshell and I hadn't even had it a month. And this took over. This smells like cherry cough medicine to me. It does not smell good. And I was hoping that the Pina Colada Cha-Cha would kind of make it a little creamy because I don't really like cherry scents to begin with, but this one is so strong. If you like cherry scents, this is kind of like the lollipops that they give you, like when you go to the doctor's office, kind of really syrupy smelling, very cherry, but not like artificial cherry, obviously, and very syrupy, super strong. That would not be a repurchase. And I'm super proud of myself about this. So this came last year. This is Cookies for Santa, and it came in the Scents of the Season collection last year. And the minute that I smelled it then, I was like, oh God, no, I cannot. Because it has that sour milk note that I really don't like that I've said before. Some milk scents to me just smell sour, and I can't. Like it turns my stomach, it makes me sick. I held on to this, and actually it's gotten a lot better with time. It's actually, even like now that it's empty, the clamshell is much more pleasing now than it was at Christmas. So, I mean, I know it's like July, so we're 7 months in or whatever, but it's much more pleasing now. I mixed that with that Smell Good Shop fresh coffee. So I did a swap with my friend Lori, and this was in the box, and it smelled super strong. Like, this was like probably the strongest coffee scent I have ever smelled, bar none. I could smell it, like, I feel like I could walk into this room and smell it even though it was in this. So I put it in like an extra poly bag, and I felt like I could still smell it. It was so, so strong, super strong, only coffee, no sugar, no cream, no nothing. So I put there were 6 cubes here. I put these with this, and it was lovely. Like, honestly, so good. I mean, I can't poo-poo this. The thing is that I thought that this would go away and I would only be left with sour milk note. This held its own, man. For vendor wax and Scentsy wax, it married very well together. So I don't know if you have, like, you might still have this. Get it out and smell it, because it actually really aged well, in my opinion. And I mixed it with coffee, and that was a really good scent for me. So that is all my Scentsy. If that's all you're here for, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you on my next video. For those who are here for all things wax, I'm gonna talk about vendor wax. So I did a scoopable and Dole Whip from L3. And I mean, I don't, you know, I like, some of y'all make yours look so pretty. I do not. I just scoop. Okay, so this actually, I didn't love. It still smells plasticky to me. It doesn't have enough creaminess. So for me, I've never had a Dole Whip thing from Disney, which I know that that's like the point. But I imagine it to be a little bit more creamy than this. This smells like it's trying for pineapple, but it kind of smells plasticky. And it kind of smelled plasticky in the air, so I didn't love this. What I did love, my friend Lori sent me this pink frosted animal cookies, and today is October 3rd, which is Palo Santo, toasted marshmallow, and sugar cookie royale. And this is incredible. I love Today's October 3rd. Whatever her Palo Santo is like my jam. It is like woody, not too cologne-y, very smoky, very nice, like sweet smoke. It's very nice. And I don't typically like pink frosted animal cookies. And the reason is that sometimes it comes off a little cherry. And I told you already, I don't really like cherry, but it mixed so nicely with this. I love this. I mean, I would absolutely repurchase this. I absolutely love that. So, so good. So good. I did Bitches at the Beach, which is Gold Sugar, Coconut Coast, and Copper Tone. Loved this. I am loving my, like, copper tony scents. Love. So good. So it does have, like, that note of sunscreen, but the Gold Sugar, which is one of the sugar types, this one is kind of like leans bakery. I know they all kind of lean sweet, fruity, bakery kind of. This one leans the most bakery to me. And I don't really like it on its own, but mixed with the Copper Tone, so good. I don't know what Coconut Coast is. It might be like a salty sea air blend. I can't tell. I get mostly the Copper Tone and the Gold Sugar. Oh, it's so good. This one was really good. I liked it a lot. I'm sure I did more L3 because I always do. Oh, I finished up a Bitty Betty in Sugared Apple White Cake Pear. This is very nice. When I first melted it, I was like, oh, I don't really like her pear. But if you're not like, God, it has to smell like pear, like, it was really good. It doesn't really smell as bakery as you would think with the white cake. It's kind of very sweet, kind of fruity, but mostly like just a sweet, like a sweet smelling, I don't know. I guess it does read more apple than pear, but it was really good. I liked this one. I've tried not to buy like larger quantities of things that I haven't smelled before. Like that's kind of been what I'm going for. And that was in a Bitty Betty, and it was just exactly the right amount of stuff that I wanted. Okay, so I did some tea time tarts. This is persimmon, and I believe it's a single oil that is red currants, peach, and light florals. This was really nice too. This was the first thing I think I've melted from tea time, and it was nice. It reads a little peachy, but if I'm gonna have peach, I want it like this. Whatever this peach is good. It was a really nice scent. It wasn't what I would normally go for, but it was like peach with kind of some depth. Like those red currants kind of read a little, you know, like cranberry a little. It was really nice. I really liked this one, and it was good performer. And so for tea time, like, good on you. That was a good one. And then the other one I did from tea time is Baby Fever. And this one I did not love because it comes off as baby powder. In the bag, it does not smell like baby powder. It says lavender chamomile, coconut milk, and bum bum cream. And I don't know if I just know it's called Baby Fever, so that when I put it in my mind makes me think of baby powder, but I actually don't. I know that, like, maybe that's it, but I put it in my bedroom, and I put it in my bedroom right before I fell asleep. And when I woke up the next morning, like, I go in and I get ready for the day or whatever in my bathroom, and I come out and it smelled like baby powder to me, and I was like, what is that? And it was this. And so I don't know if some of the oils like burned off, and I kind of got left with that like coconut scent mixed with probably some of that like lavender, and it kind of read like baby powder to me. I'm not sure. And it wasn't like straight baby powder. It wasn't like newborn nursery or like just baby powder, but it just had that kind of scent, which I just don't like a powdery note like that. So there's that. I did rainbow melts. I did 3 of those. I finished Yummy, and Yummy will go in my I gotta have this again pile because it's like everything. It was so good. It's creamy zucchini, sweet sugar cookies, and frosted birthday cake. This is a banger. Like, and I love it so much I don't want to ever take it out of my warmers. And it's like it never goes away. So like you just finally have to be like, all right, well, I guess I have to smell something else. So I'm gonna try something else. But I loved this. So I highly recommend Yummy. Highly recommend Yummy. I did finish frosted animal cookies. And this is the animal cookies I don't really like, at least on its own. It is very cherry, artificial flavoring. I did not love it. I did not love it. Of course, it's rainbow melt, so it's super strong, but I didn't love it. I did saltwater mermaid. Saltwater mermaid is fresh green fragrance, delicately combined notes of ocean mist and seagrass with agave nectar and coconut milk. And I believe that this is a single oil also. And as rainbow melts go, this one actually was not that strong. I typically get blends from her. I know I just showed you frosted animal cookies, which is a single oil also. But typically she does blends. And I'm wondering if I just kind of expect the performance of a blend out of even her single oils. So this one wasn't super strong. I would not repurchase just because performance was not as great as I expect from Rainbow Melts or really any of my vendors. Rose Girls, I finished Sunset in July. This was okay. Like it's like fruit punch with like a lot of the redness of a fruit punch. Like a lot of like syrupy red dye number 5 or whatever. I put this upstairs in my kids' area. This is like a 1.5 years old, so that's why it looks so grungy. But it performed well. It's just not for my scent preference. I didn't love it. And then I just put this in. I guess I should save it for next time because I don't know the performance of it. But it's kiwi plus pink sugar. It was part of her Kokomo sampler. So kiwi, pink sugar, and then Kokomo, which is rainbow sherbet, saltwater taffy, and ice cream. And on cold, this smells really good. I found that I really like the kiwi oil. It's different, and people don't use it very often. I don't see a lot of kiwi blends, but I really like this one. I really like her Kokomo, and then just mixed with that kiwi that is like green and bright. I really like it. So I'm hoping that on warm it's really good. I did this eucalyptus spearmint from Kay. I cut this in half, so I used it twice. And I was pretty surprised. So eucalyptus spearmint is a single oil also. I know it's two things, but it's a single oil. And I think most people just get the same one. Like I don't know that I've smelled different ones until I smelled this, and this one smells different. It smells like, so the spearmint is not that minty as mint scents go. It's not like, don't think rosemary mint, don't think peppermint or wintergreen. It's kind of minty in the in more of the idea of mint rather than the like nose clearing mint. And the eucalyptus does not read very authentic. It's not super green like you would expect eucalyptus to be. The smell is really lovely, but I was surprised. The performance, and like I said, I cut this in half and melted one half in my bedroom one night and one half in the other night. And it just was not that strong. Like, it was okay, I guess. And I could tell, like, when I went into the room, I could smell it. But I really like, as I'm, like, falling asleep, that I smell the thing that I'm melting. And it just really got lost. Maybe I got nose blind to it. But even when I went in and out of the room, I got used to it so quickly that it didn't wow me. So I don't know if I'd use that in a blend or not. And then the last thing is from Villainous Wax. I got this from Lori too. I've never used Villainous Wax. This was poured 1/29/2021. And this is Defying Gravity, which is honeydew melon slices and mint lime mojitos. And what's really weird to me is I totally get the mint. Like, it's definitely fresh mint. And I know this sounds weird. It's almost like I can smell the ice in a mojito. Like, for me, a mojito has to have a ton of ice. It's got that like mulled mint and that like bright lime juice. And then to me, it has to be like super cold and like lots and lots and lots of ice. And it's almost like I can smell that it's like really icy, which I know sounds weird because it's not a real thing, but it just must have like such a clear present, like it must be so authentic smelling that my mind just does that. And I know it says this whole thing about honeydew melon slices. I really hate melon. Like, in wax and in life, I'll eat a watermelon, but all other melons I'm like not really into. I don't like the scent. I don't like the texture. I don't like the taste. I don't like any of it. Anything about melon. I'm just not into it. I don't like it in body care. I don't like anything that I have to smell like melons. And usually if it has melon, I'm like, yeah, I can smell that. I can't in this. This to me smells like a mint mojito. And I cut it in half and I put it in my bedroom warmer at night and it was really good. So Villainous Wax, yay on you. Now I'll have to buy some from you when I'm back to buying like more regularly. I am purchasing like a few things here and there, but not like I was just because the heat of the summer. So I am expecting an order from Teddy Bees. That was a pre-order from, I don't know, like 2 months ago or something. I mean, I knew it was like, she said it was going to be like July. So I'm not talking bad about her. And I did a pre-order with L3, just a super tiny one. But other than that, I don't really have anything outstanding. I'll order Scentsy. They're coming out with their new catalog. I'm super excited. And I'll do a video about that separate. So anyways, these are my empties. I did kind of readjust my wax situation. So I put everything by vendor. And so now I really can see like what I have, who I have, how much of those that I have. My top vendors, based on quantity of product, Scentsy first, and then L3 second, Rainbow Melts third. And Rose Girls is actually bringing up the rear pretty close to Rainbow Melts, but not quite there yet. So those are my biggest bins. So I tried really hard to pull from all my vendors this time so that I could get a good variety. And I kept some things in, and I'm really trying to work through the whole basket as much as I possibly can before I pull more wax. So I really feel accomplished. So anyways, what have you guys been melting? And have you melted any of this stuff? What have you thought about any of it? Yeah, I just like to chat with you guys. So let me know how things are going. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, y'all.